We've lived on the Gulf Coast our whole life.
Born and raised here. The Gulf Coast it's a beautiful place to live. It's got its beauty, but it's got its hazards. Have to always kind of keep one eye on the weather because around here every 5 minutes it could change.
Hurricanes on the Gulf Coast are not very fun. So in 2020, here comes Zeta.
It was rough. I went through Katrina and I don't remember winds that strong. But the next day, you know, when light of day showed what those winds can do, which was lay down about 600 trees out here. So it was a mess. But that's part of living on the Gulf Coast. We built it ourselves. Took a year to design, took 2 years to build.
We knew we wanted something that was low maintenance. Not having to paint, not having to fix.
Ain't none of us getting no younger.
Exactly.
That was our main goal for the whole house, is we wanted everything from top to bottom, inside and out, be just as maintenance-free as we could get it. The last thing you need at 60 years old is need to go on your roof to replace some shingles that were blown off by one of our hurricanes, you know, or one of the pop-up summertime storms that here lately is starting to become more and more tornadic, you know. So you get those winds that snap off tabs here and there, this potential water leak down the road. You know, nobody wants to get up there. So that's what led us toward the metal roof. And then I think just color scheme had a lot to do with it, what we was looking for. The copper look, you don't see it very often. You can't get this color in a shingle. And that was our master plan from day one, is we didn't want nothing that looked like anybody else around for a ways, you know. The problem with a shingle roof is it only takes a couple tabs to go missing and not notice, and then there you are with a water leak. But the bad thing is you don't notice that water leak until you see the spot in the ceiling. So when you get to that point, you know, now it's costly. And then replacing it, especially if your roof is already, you know, 5, 6, 7 years old, you're never gonna find a replacement shingle that matches color-wise. You know, then you got all these spots everywhere. Now don't get me wrong, there's some nice shingle roofs out there, but they're just too vulnerable for our environment. So going with something as durable as this, that's got the longevity of this, is kind of a no-brainer. And we did the numbers both ways just out of curiosity, and there really wasn't a dramatic difference between the metal roof and a shingle roof price-wise. For the peace of mind of what we was gonna have for the rest of our lives, it was worth every penny. It reflects a lot of sunlight instead of absorb it like shingles do. So it does save on the energy. I couldn't tell you a dollar figure on how much it actually saves you, but instead of it being a bunch of black shingles up there just holding heat, you know, it just reflects a lot of the sunlight, and then it dissipates, it cools off just as fast as the sun goes down. Saving a dollar ain't always the best route to take, especially when you're talking about something that's as expensive as your home, you know, something you're gonna be in for the rest of your life. You know, for most people our age, you know, this is our forever home, this is our last one, so might as well go ahead and do it right from the get-go, just not have the worries.
If we had to build all over again, we'd do it the same way.
It turned out exactly like how we designed it, how we wanted it, and it's peace of mind since the day we moved in. We don't have no worries.